Well, it's been an interesting January to say the least. We've made a few signings, there's possibly still a few more to come. We've got a game against Real Madrid in just a couple of days' time, and I'm worried I might be sacked. Yes, hello, welcome into Livestreams Sports here for another episode of a Glory Hunter here on Football Manager 22. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button so you do not miss an episode. And if you missed the last one, go and check it out. We played 2 games just before our winter break here with Villarreal. One was in the Spanish Cup, one was in La Liga. As you can see from the right hand side, we were eventually knocked out by Valencia in the Spanish Cup, the Copa del Rey. It's weird, that competition. Like, you play the first round at the end of December and then there's a game every week just about if you get through. Very, very strange way they do it indeed. But we were eventually knocked out by Valencia in that. And more importantly, if you look on the left-hand side, this is why I said I was worried that I might be getting sacked. My job's not precarious at the moment, but it's certainly not... We're not doing as well as I was hoping we would do. We're in 13th position, just 26 points from 22 games. See if we scroll down, 18 points is relegation, which is only 8 points away, and it's actually closer to relegation than it is to Europe at this point. Remember, at one point we were at 8 points, 5 points, depending how many games have been played away from Europe. It's now 11 points to Valencia there in 6th place, which is not good at all. And the reason for this, if we have a look at the schedule, is that since we've come back, we've not won a game in the league in the whole of January. In fact, we haven't won a game in the league since we played Granada at the start of December, which is not great. We did beat, or Ceci we didn't beat, we lost to Real Sociedad 1-0 at the start of January. And if we go through the rest of the games that we played in La Liga, a draw against Levante, a loss to Sevilla 1-0, it was very close, and then a 2-2 draw against Espanyol. So you can see we drew against Levante around 16th, Espanyol who are in 9th, and then we've lost to Sociedad and Sevilla who are in 3rd and 4th. So I suppose you can expect us to lose to those two teams, but getting a draw against Levante, who at that point were in the relegation zone, was very disappointing indeed. You can see from the Spanish Cup as well, we beat Burgos in the next round, the second round, in extra time. We won 2-0. They were a team who were in the 3rd tier. We then played against Vallecano. They're in the 2nd tier. We beat them 3-1 only after extra time as well, and then eventually losing to Valencia 2-1 in the 4th round. Today is transfer deadline day, and we play against Real Madrid just after that. Let me talk you through the chances that have happened so far, and we'll go through deadline day and see if any more happen. There's a couple possibly in the pipeline. So I think I'd already mentioned in a previous episode that Daniel Lamarti was going to Dinamo Kiev, and he has gone there for £8.5 million. I'll talk you through all the outs, and then you'll see the ends, and some of the outs might make more sense once you've seen the ends. Pedraza, who was one of our left-back options, he's away. I did say I wanted to improve at left-back, and I think I have, so he was able to go. We managed to make £4 million on Pedraza. We managed to make £10 million somehow on Antov here, the Bulgarian centre-back. He went away to Benfica. I don't know how I made that amount of money for him, but I will take it. And lastly, Salifu Nyase, who was a young central midfielder. He didn't really feel as if he's ever going to develop into a good enough player while I'm here at Villarreal. So we got rid of him. He went to PSG for 1.2 million. He's apparently played twice. Oh, that's for PSG too. That makes more sense. Because I was going to say, I didn't think he was going to get into that PSG team. So that was the outs. Here are the ins, and we kind of raided Manchester, both sides of Manchester a little bit. We brought in Alexander Zinchenko to play in that left back. See, he says here, he keeps defaulting to him playing on the right. I play him at left back for us. He can cover a lot of positions, but he's going to play left back for us. We brought him in. He only cost us £9 million from Manchester City. A well-rounded player, can play a variety of positions, but he's going to play left back for us. So that's why I was happy for Pedraza to go, because we brought in Zinchenko. I think a very, very good signing. He is on £110,000 a week, and that's one thing I forgot about, that that happens in Spain is you do have a salary cap based on how much money you're bringing in, and our salary cap's 1.3 million, and we're spending £110,000 a week on Zinchenko. Maybe not great. We also signed from Manchester City, this time on loan though, a wide attacking player, can play out in the wings, Savio. He was originally in Brazil. Man City signed him in this game for 11 million. They've loaned him out a couple of times, but we've brought him in. He's played okay so far. He's basically a backup choice in the wide areas behind Chukwueze for him on the right. And then we loaned someone from the other side of Manchester to play the other side of our attacking midfield positions to challenge with Red out there on the left. It's Alan Velasco, the Argentine, who's at Manchester United, signed from Independiente for £5 million several years ago. Come here, he's played 4 times for us so far. He's a fairly well-rounded player, but to have competition on the left with Red. This, I think, is possibly one of our poorest signings, to be honest, and I wasn't sure if I was going to make it, but in the end, we'd got rid of Lamarti, and we needed more midfield depth, and upon reflection, I should probably just kept a hold of Lamarti, but Felipe Suarez here, the Portuguese 26-year-old, we've signed him. I say he's well-rounded. It's a lot of the lower end of double figures, you can see. There's a lot of 11 sneaking in there that feign the yellow colour. If there were just one less, he probably wouldn't look quite as good. And to be honest, he's not that good, but he's only getting paid £20,000 a week. We did pay 15 million. That is the big thing. We paid 15 million for him. I'm not proud of that, I'm afraid. It's spread over several years. We signed him from Moreirense, is that how you pronounce that team? And in Portugal. He'd been playing well for them for several years, but yeah, I don't think he's worth 15 million, but we did pay it for him. We also brought in cover at the back, Sasa Mikowicz, the Serbian region, or Nugent, depending on what you want to say. He's 20 years of age. We brought him in from Red Star for £5 million as an option to cover at the back. I felt as if I just wanted another option, and he is one, 6'5" as well, so pretty tall. If you look at his head, though, it's only 12, and you wonder how when you're that tall. And the last signing to talk about is Wilmar Quinones here, the Colombian. They're only allowed 3 foreign players. I've signed quite a few for foreign being non-EU. I've signed quite a lot. I've signed 3 in this window, to be honest. He's one of them. 18-year-old Colombian striker. I think he could develop into something pretty brilliant. We paid £1.5 million for him. Now he's worth up to 44, it says, apparently. We'll see if he can develop. Obviously, Moreno and Alcacer, both in their 30s. Could probably do with bringing some young blood in up front. You can see finishing 12, first touch 15. Got good technique, good pass, and he works well as a deep line forward. I think he could be a pretty good player for us. Only 5'10", which is a bit worrying. Maybe he could grow another couple of inches in the next couple of years. Who knows? But he will be our third choice striking option. Now, obviously, this is a formation we have been playing since basically we've got her. We also have trained another one where we've got a defensive midfielder instead of an attacking midfielder, but we don't really use that one. I was considering, though, we've got quite a lot of good centre backs, so could we go back to a 3 at the back system? It worked well for us at Roma. I thought, how good would we be, using our kind of 5 at the back, 2 centre midfielders, 2 wingers, a striker, and then remember that ended up not working too well at the end of the day at Roma. And it was better when we had a lot of bodies in the middle and just the kind of wing backs in the wide areas. Our central midfield position is not as good as it was at Roma, so I then thought, what if we played something like this? We've not played this formation yet, at this point. I've just been thinking about it, as I'm working my way toward this transfer deadline day. And these aren't exactly the players that we're playing in the position, obviously, because Chukwueze's down in centre back there. But he would likely play as an advanced forward because he can play up front as well. He's mainly a winger, but he can also play up front. And you can see he has scored 7 goals for us this season. Definitely has been our best player all year, I would say. So, could this be a way that we get more attacking play in the game? Have wing backs, pushing forward, and then 2 midfielders sitting basically in front of 3 at the back. Mainly 1 midfielder with 1 box-to-box, an attacking midfielder up there, and then 2 strikers. So if you imagine when we attack, it's 3 across the back, 1 in here, these two players, probably attacking midfielder and box-to-box, kind of in this position. 2 up there and 2 wide, something along those lines. Could it be something we do? And if we do that, we need more cover in the right wing back position, because we currently only have Rick Karsdorp and that's it. On the left hand side we have Zinchenko and Sanchez, so we've got enough cover there. But on the right it's only Karsdorp, because the other right sided defender we play sometimes is Foyt, and he is not a wing back, he is a full back if he's going to play over there. But it gives us a chance to play Foyt at the back alongside Milenkovic and alongside Torres. It would be the normal 3, is my imagining, is how it would be. That's the plan. So if we are going to go with this formation, which is something I'm considering, I do need to get back up in that right wing back area. I say back up, maybe a first choice, and Karsdorp can become the backup, but we certainly need another option at right wing back. Something we could consider during this transfer window. Somebody I've looked at and I've made an offer as a loan bid is Max Aarons from Wolves. He looks a very, very solid player. Can play in that right wing back position. Look at him, he's fast. He can get up and down that wing there. Can get the ball in the box. Living's maybe not great crossing, but good dribbling, good first touch. You know, he's got good decisions and concentration. You know, I like it. He's got good physical stats. He's good defensively, good marking. You know, good tackling as well. He's all right ahead, and 10 heading for someone who's 5'7" is not bad. Good positioning. I feel as if he could be a really good option at that right hand side for us if we can get him in on loan. And with only £58,000 a week wages, I think we can just about afford to get him in. I've just done the maths. I've added up all of our wages of players who are registered. You can see we've not registered Coquelin. He's leaving at the end of the year on 110 grand. So I don't want him counting towards our registered players. So even though he's in the squad, technically he's not. So don't worry about him. I've added everyone up. We are about £65,000 under the wage budget, so we could afford Aarons if we bring Aarons in on loan. And basically, we couldn't afford anyone else after that, though. That's the only thing. But I think the squad would be strong enough to work our way up. You know, for some reason, I'm not sure why we're so low down. I feel we're better than how we're performing so far. This is a team you've got to remember. If you have a look further back at Villarreal in their previous years, here we go. The last however many years they finished 3rd, 7th, 5th and 3rd. They're better than what the team's shown. But anyway, deadline day has begun. You can see that there's a rumour of Berg going to Arsenal for 65 million. Apparently I've made a loan offer for Michele. I don't remember doing that. If I have, I apologise. I don't think it's going to get accepted though. But we'll see what happens throughout deadline day here. This video's going on for a little bit longer than I thought, to be honest. So I think we're just going to make this one deadline day and talk through the transfer window and stuff like that. And then the next video is going to be Real Madrid. And whatever game follows that, then we can do 2 games in that episode. Why not? Who do we have? Real Madrid and then Osasuna. A game against top of the league and 19th. So hopefully 2 wins. Well, at least 1. But we'll move Real Madrid to the next episode as we continue through our transfer special here. Says here that our offer for Max Aarons has been accepted. We're going to be paying £650 a month as a monthly fee, so it's going to work out about £3 million. Don't worry about that optional future fee in there. They said they wanted 1, so I was like, right, I'll just put 1 in and click a random number because I'm never going to buy them as, you know, an optional fee there. So yeah, let's pretend you didn't see that. Basically, it's going to cost us £3 million to loan him in. I imagine he's going to become my first choice over Karsdorp because there's a reason I got rid of Karsdorp at Roma. I think I've said this before, so you can see there we're spending some of that. We can register a maximum of 3 non-EU players, so I'm hoping Aarons, when he arrives as an Englishman, doesn't count as non-EU. Maybe he's allowed to be that. I don't know. Here's an interesting one. I was looking at goalkeepers. Obviously, Rulli is a very good goalkeeper, but he's a little bit getting on the old side. 33 years of age. I thought, could we have someone else in there instead? I offered for Marco Connoisse here from Atalanta. Another good goalkeeper. If we compare him with Rulli, we can see how they compare. Shot stopping Rulli is much better. Distribution is better. But aerially, better is Connoisse. Better communication, better mental, better physicals, more eccentric. So he's not as good at stopping shots and his distribution is not as great, but he's better in the air. Got better communication and better mental stats. It's something I'm considering. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen. He's also 8 years younger. If you look at the attributes, you can see better aerial reach, better command, better I mean, eccentricity is not necessarily a trait you want in a goalkeeper. You see, kicking and one-on-one slightly better for Rulli, as well as some of the other stats down there. You can see mentally better is Connoisse. I need to learn how to say his name. Yeah, it's something I'm considering. I'll say that certainly. Definitely physically, Connoisse is better. Mentally, he's better. Goalkeeping stats, however, slightly better toward Rulli, especially one-on-ones and kicking there, but the rest of them are fairly close. But anyway, the offer is 5 million up front and then 13 million over the next 3 years, and they would like to sign someone back. Well, sign someone first. I've offered them Rulli on loan to the end of the season, and they appear to have accepted that. So it might be a kind of swap. Obviously, me paying money and giving them Rulli for half the year. But it could get us around the situation of really not being happy, being sat as a second choice keeper. Well, the offer has been accepted. And just looking at the wages, his wages are actually less than Rulli's as well. At least the expectation of the wages is less than Rulli. Let's start the negotiations, see what he wants. He wants to qualify for the Champions League 26, 27. Is that this year? I don't think it can be this year. If it is, it's not going to happen. No, it's not this year. I just completely forgot what year I was in there. But at the start of 2026, so that'd be next season he wants to go for the Champions League. That is more of a acceptable aim. Yes, we will aim to qualify for the Champions League next season. I like that idea. Finalise those promises. Let's negotiate the contract. Like £1 million signing on. No thanks, let's not pay that. Let's reduce the wages a little bit. Maybe down to 23.5. Pop the agent fee up a little bit, just in case he wants that. Appearance fee, he's definitely going to play, so we'll pop that up. A clean sheet bonus. I would like you to get clean sheets, so let's give you a decent clean sheet bonus, maybe 15 grand there. And let's remove that sell-on fee percentage. What do you think? No, you still like a little bit more money, even though I've given you all these other things. Let's try and get 24k. Happy with that. Finalise that deal, and we'll exit talks, and hopefully Rulli agrees to go away on loan. Hopefully. Let's see what happens. 13 hours to go. And let's see if any other deals happen, or if any of these ones that we've tried to negotiate do actually come through. Looking at to see who the agent offers are. There's not really a huge amount on offer there. You look down the right-hand side, the recommendations are not high. I'll say that on that right-hand side. None of our scouts really rate a lot of these players that are being recommended to us. And there are some agent offers there. None of them that great. Well, here we go. Max Aaron's arriving at the club. Accept that, and I really hope when he comes through here, this doesn't count as a foreign player. I know that he's English, but I want to believe that somehow it doesn't class as a foreign player. We'll ask Moreno to welcome him. Brilliant. Let's go to squad registration. And indeed, he doesn't appear as a foreign player. Just what we want. Somehow that's put us over the salary. I don't know how, because all the players, I did the maths and we're not over the salary. I don't understand this. I don't understand. We aren't meeting the squad rules at the moment, which means someone's going to have to drop out the squad at some point. What we'll do is I don't know. I don't know what to do. Have we just not registered Aaron's yet? Right, let's do that, and then let's see what happens with the rest of the window, and maybe we'll be able to register him there. Fine. Yeah, and we'll give him a squad number later on as well. 9 hours to go. Let's see what else is going to happen here. Remember, we do have the option of basically our goalkeeper changing during this window, which would be exciting. Certainly very interesting anyway. Indeed, some other agent offers, not good at all. And let's progress on. No big offers coming for any of our players yet, which is a little bit surprising. I'm not going to talk to the media or anything. Why would I want to do that at this stage of the day? Attracting interest. I've got some of my players attracting some interest. Anyone who I want to get rid of? I mean, Moy Gomez, I could get rid of him. He has done not too bad this season in terms of average rating, but he's only got 1 goal and 1 assist. He's been there. Well, he's been at us basically his whole career, apart from the little time he went to Sporting Gijón. I don't think he's going to be part of my plans going forward, so I could offer him to clubs and reduce the fee I want for him. Could I, if I go to unspecified transfer list offer to clubs, what does it automatically set his value at? Around 12 million. Let's see if anyone wants to get him. That would be good, I suppose. We'll offer him out and see if anybody wants to bring him in. There doesn't appear to be any rumours of somebody trying to get him. 5 hours to go. 2 bids have been made for Moi Gomez. Now this could be interesting when we go to our inbox here. 4 million from Porto, 8 million from Napoli. I will accept the 8 million from Napoli and say to Porto, you need to give me 8 if you want him. 5 hours to go. Could we get rid of him? Getting rid of Gomez there would certainly allow us to have more money available to, bring in the goalkeeper that we're going to bring in, and also afford the wages for both the players there. As something has happened here. Oh dear. The deal for Connoisse has fallen through. Can we make an offer and say remove that from the negotiation, remove and exclude from negotiation? Can we suggest the offer? Yes. There might not be enough time to finish the deal, they say. Let's start negotiations and we can give him the same contract we were going to give him before. Oh, we can't. Why not? Oh no. We can't afford to give him the contract we were going to give him before. Can I adjust enough transfer budget and wage budget that we can? Yes. The agent isn't going to get a lot of money. He might not be happy about that. Right, this could perhaps be a little bit more tricky than we first thought. Oh, dearie me. We'll give him 25 grand. Yeah, this is tricky. Right, here we go. The agent can get given a little bit more money. That's good. He can have 100k. Well, had we given them? If we'd given them what? 24 or something like that, we'd remove that sell-on fee, hadn't we? 24 and remove and exclude that sell-on fee. We don't want that. Oh, 26, you can have it. Right, finalise, exit. 2 hours to go. Can the deal get signed? Can the deal go through? We don't have enough money. Oh, goodness me. What an absolute mess this has been. Oh, we don't have enough money to bring the deal through. Oh, dearie me. What a mess this has been. We've not even got rid of Moi Gomez, doesn't look like either. Certainly, nothing appears to be happening. My reputation somehow is still up. Somehow I have a reputation in this game. We've not managed to get rid of Moi Gomez there, as there wasn't enough time, it would appear. We have one of the biggest wage expenditures in the country after the big three. We really should be up in 4th position, shouldn't we? We really, really should. Oh, goodness me. The transfer window round up. We brought in 9 players, but we also got rid of 7. We really tried to turn over this squad. And now we need to go to squad registration. If we try and bring Aarons in, I don't have enough space. Oh dear. Oh dear, how are we going to fit him into this squad? Who in the squad doesn't need to be in the squad? Oh, Moi Gomez is under bids from other clubs, so could we just take him out the squad? And that might encourage him to go and join that club. Let's do that. Sorry, Moi Gomez, you're not in the squad. He's going to probably be angry with me here. You would imagine. He might come up saying, why am I not in the squad? No. He's not said that. I'm very surprised. But anyway, we brought him in. I've not even had a chance to look at him because, it was a very frantic transfer deadline day. A very solid signing, Max Aarons there. If we compare him with Karsdorp, if he's on this list, let's have a look for Karsdorp. You can see Max Aarons there, and maybe not as good as crossing, not great as throwing or passing, but the other stats, he's certainly a better defender, it looks like. Off the ball, Karsdorp is a lot better and is a lot more aggressive, but again, apart from that, Aarons is a better player in the mental stats as well, in my opinion. And physically, he claims that Karsdorp's faster than Aarons. I'm not so sure about that, but they're very similar players. But I think I'm going to be using Max Aarons, to be honest, on that right-hand side. I think I just like him a bit better. I've never really got on with Karsdorp, as I'm sure you all know. But anyway, that was a very dramatic transfer deadline day. I suppose it was certainly very frantic. So if you have enjoyed it, please do leave a like on the episode. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And the next episode will be the Real Madrid game, which I'd promised you for this one. But, sorry, it kind of overran with transfer deadline day. We'll play Real Madrid, and we'll also play Osasuna as well. I've not got the name fixed, but I know that Atletico Pamplona are Osasuna. Playing at home to first place, and then away to 19th. I'm not sure what one's more important. I would say definitely beating Osasuna is the important one. But it'd be good if we could take something off Real Madrid as well. You can see they've drawn 2 games, lost 2 games. Could we make one of those numbers 3? Let's find out in tomorrow's episode. So until the next one, we'll see you then.